the ultimate weapon of masters, the art of mastering communication and unleashing inner power. Welcome to Ancient Wisdom Unlocked. In our noisy, hurried world, have you ever felt caught in the rhythm of instant reaction? Always compelled to reply, to speak up, to prove yourself? There's a truth schools rarely teach you. Mastering the timing of communication is more effective than the loudest voice. In the chaos of our era, it is often the calmest souls, guided by ancient wisdom, who travel the furthest, reaching peaks of accomplishment that the majority can only dream of. Join us as we explore seemingly small, insignificant moments that hold immense power to shape your life, your relationships, and your destiny. These are the golden principles that great masters have applied to make all the difference. Embracing silent discipline, the power of self-control. In modern life, where everything is expected to happen instantly, the ability to delay gratification and control your reactions becomes a true superpower. When your phone rings, don't rush to answer. Take a deep breath and wait 5 seconds. That brief pause isn't rudeness, it's a conscious act. You're reclaiming control. In a world constantly demanding your attention, calmness is the ultimate power. It signals to the other party that you master your time and space, rather than being a slave to ringing bells. Always arrive 15 minutes early for every appointment. This isn't just common courtesy, it's a powerful statement. This world doesn't automatically grant opportunities. It pursues those who are ready, even before they are needed. Preparation is not just a strategic advantage. It's a sign of an enlightened mind, someone who is always a step ahead, always mastering circumstances instead of being led by them. When anger flares, don't react immediately. Anger is like a sudden fire, easily incinerating everything in its path. Give yourself 10 minutes, breathe, observe. That pause, that emergency break, can help you keep a valuable job, save a marriage on the brink, and in some cases, even preserve your life. Regret, after all, is often the inseparable shadow of impulsivity. Words spoken in anger are like arrows already shot. They cannot be unsaid. Received a text from your boss? Even if you're rushing to work, caught up in a dozen tasks, don't hastily send a curt voice message or a brief, incomplete reply. Take the time to craft a clear, thoughtful, and well-considered text message. Words meticulously written, polished, are an expression of maturity, professionalism, and respect. Hasty, thoughtless words, even for a few seconds, are often misunderstood, undervalued, and can diminish your credibility. This is a crucial lesson in the importance of controlling emotions and behavior in all situations, even the most stressful ones. Every moment, every word, building enduring trust. In group settings, especially when your boss distributes bonuses or gifts, don't be the first to reach out. That moment of waiting isn't just etiquette, it's a test of character. Patience reveals a calm, steady disposition. Greed exposes desperation and a lack of self-control. Ancient wisdom teaches us true value isn't about being the quickest to grab, but about self-mastery and dignity. It shows you're not controlled by material things, but rather you control them. Did a friend recommend you for a job paying $2,000? Think deeper. After accepting the job, consider returning $1,000 to them as a sincere gesture of gratitude. People don't just remember the temporary luck you bring them. They remember loyalty, generosity, and actions that exceed expectations. What you give, you will receive manifold. This isn't just a material exchange, but a multiplication of human value, building enduring social capital. When helping others, don't act as if it's effortless. If you make it seem easy, your help won't be valued as highly. Let them see the cost to you, whether it's time, effort, or even heartfelt concern. Show the cost, show the heart. This isn't to boast, but for the recipient to truly appreciate your effort. And if you genuinely can't help, let them know it pains you. That's how you build trust, a solid foundation for all relationships, based on sincerity and transparency. Want to build long-lasting, robust relationships? Skip the extravagant $200 dinner that might just be a superficial display. Instead, offer 5 simple meals, prepared and shared sincerely, consistently over time. Consistency builds deeper, stronger connections than any fleeting luxury. Relationships are built from small, repeated acts of sincerity, not from a single grand gesture. Inviting a man to dinner or a meeting. Consider inviting a woman along. The presence of a woman often creates a more relaxed atmosphere, breaking tension and opening up more natural, comfortable conversation. This is a subtle social psychology tip to facilitate effective interaction. When inviting a woman, bring a small, thoughtful gift. The gift doesn't have to be expensive, but it should show your care, thoughtfulness, and understanding of her preferences. Respect is remembered more than mere effort or material value. It shows you genuinely care about the other person's feelings and preferences, building a deep and positive impression. The art of silent persuasion, grasping human nature. Do you want to persuade someone effectively? Understand that words can persuade 50%. A gift, demonstrating sincerity and goodwill, can persuade 70%. But when you combine wise words with a genuine gift, you hold 90% of the persuasive power. This isn't manipulation or blindly influencing others. It's about understanding the true nature of human beings, the delicate balance between reason and emotion, between material needs and the desire for appreciation and respect. Most people wait for the world to treat them fairly, waiting for opportunity to knock. But the wise, the true masters, are proactive. They master their timing, their presence, and their silent influence. They don't passively wait, but actively create circumstances. If anything in this advice stopped you, made you feel a spark ignite in your mind, then that is the truth your soul is recognizing. It's the whisper of ancient wisdom awakening the potential within you. Time is gold. Don't sell your life too cheaply. The poignant story of the busy father and his young daughter touched our hearts. It's a painful reminder of how easily we can lose sight of life's most precious moments in our relentless pursuit of finite things. Would you choose a specific sum of money or a full day dedicated to what truly matters? For many, the answer remains money. But have you ever truly asked yourself, might you be making a mistake somewhere? Are you unknowingly selling the golden hours of your life at too cheap a price? Since childhood, we've been instilled with the phrase, time is gold, time is silver. Yet we often understand it simplistically as merely, time is precious. The deeper meaning lies in the fact that time can be bought and sold. The most equitable truth in this world is that everyone has 24 hours a day. Everyone feels they don't have enough time. Yet some understand this and they buy others' time, while many only know how to sell their own time. Before entering society, we spend years in school specializing, all to increase our perceived value so that upon graduation, we can sell our time at a higher price in the job market. Selling time is a very normal, almost universal practice. But sadly, some people, after selling their time, fail to increase its value. They stop learning the moment they leave school, busying themselves daily, exchanging time for money, and then chasing after money. They painstakingly earn a little, then spend it on daily life, marriage, cars, houses, car loans, home loans. And so, when money runs short, they sell even more time to compensate. They fall into a vicious cycle. By the time they look back, they realize little time is left. Half their lives have been sold and no longer belong to them. Everything has been sold to others. The poor use time to exchange for money, while the rich use money to buy time. This is the core difference, breaking the cycle of time, maximizing its value. So how do we break this vicious cycle? First, Learn to maximize the value of your time. Take the example of a fitness coach. He earns money by selling his training services at, say, $50 an hour. Even working diligently, he only has 24 hours a day. So is there a way to sell 1 hour of his time to multiple people simultaneously? Absolutely. He can gather clients who want to buy the service and coach them in a group setting. However, this method is still geographically limited. If he teaches via live video, he can overcome geographical constraints. Furthermore, he can turn his training expertise into online courses and sell them to many people. This way, he overcomes time limitations. When teaching online, he can bundle training equipment or nutrition plans, selling them together. From there, he expands the value of his time. Once he has maximized the value of his time, he can then use money to buy others' time. He can use, say, $50 an hour to hire another coach to work for him, thereby earning even more money. By continuously buying others' time to work for him, and by mastering the concept of time compounding, you will understand that assets are just numbers, but time is the most valuable thing. In the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, there's a classic quote, "Don't work for money, let money work for you." When you truly let money work for you, that's when you succeed and become someone others admire. At this point, some might object, saying, "Easier said than done." I want to tell you that it's not actually difficult. The difficulty lies in many people's unwillingness to learn and think about making their time more valuable. The first step is to learn and read. A good book is the crystallization of an author's lifetime. Yet many people nowadays dislike reading. They open a book, read a few pages, and lose interest. Some even fall asleep after a few minutes. That's why I strongly encourage you to follow Ancient Wisdom Unlocked. We synthesize the essence from valuable books and courses to share with everyone. We primarily share information on financial freedom, wealth-building mindsets, and career development. We hope to inspire reflection and growth. We won't just teach you how to do things, but how to think, to help you elevate your ability to commercialize your skills and act like successful people. Then, no matter what you pursue, you will have a logical method and perform better than others. A person's perception of time is also their perception of wealth. How you value your time determines your income ceiling. Life is full of temptations. It uses trivial daily matters to deceive you, causing you to waste your most precious asset on insignificant tasks. Don't let your time, your true asset, bleed away through minor, insignificant things, like a slowly leaking bag. For many, time is an invaluable asset, but also the easiest to sell cheaply. Exchanging time or money, the choice of wisdom. For instance, when renting a place, some people only look at the rent. They are willing to choose a living space far from work just to save a few hundred or a few $1,000s on rent. To save living expenses, some do their own grocery shopping and cooking. During big promotional events like Black Friday, many spend a considerable amount of time searching for discount codes to get better deals. These individuals often overlook something even more valuable: time. The rent saved by a few hundred or a few $1,000s comes at the cost of spending an extra hour or two commuting every day. The few dollars saved by cooking yourself weekly comes from spending more than an hour each day in the kitchen preparing meals. And those small discounts on Black Friday, aren't they the price of the relaxation time you sacrificed? Have you ever considered the true value of your time? These small perceived gains in life are slowly eroding your most precious asset, time. Yet we mistakenly believe we are getting a great deal. Many often use money as the standard to decide whether to do something, but very few use time as the criterion to consider if it's worthwhile. The truth is, how you value your time will determine the kind of life you live. The essence of work is simply selling time. It's just that everyone sells it differently and at different prices. Employees sell their time to their employers. Psychological consultants sell their time to clients. Business owners and entrepreneurs, in turn, buy others' time to increase their income. An individual generally has 3 ways to optimize their time usage and increase income. Sell more of your time. For example, in addition to your regular 8-hour workday, you can utilize your off hours for extra work. Increase the value per unit of time. You can increase your income by improving your professional skills and service quality, or by eliminating intermediaries such as becoming a freelancer. Then you can directly sell your time to clients without going through a company. Change the way you sell time by selling the same amount of time to multiple people. For example, becoming an instructor for an online course or a corporate trainer. This way you can sell the same amount of time to many people. The more you sell, the lower the investment cost and the higher the profit. Therefore, how one perceives time is also how one perceives their wealth. How you value your time determines your income ceiling. As one gets older, salaried workers should gradually reduce increasing their income by selling more time, because this method has a low income threshold, weak competitiveness, and is easily replaceable. Someone once asked why age 35 is a difficult milestone for office workers. That's because age 35 marks the point where physical strength begins to decline. You cannot compete with recent graduates in terms of overtime capacity and enthusiasm. If at age 35 you still rely on selling more time to earn income, you will be compared to younger individuals, and naturally, in terms of ability to withstand pressure and work late nights, a 35-year-old worker will no longer have the advantage. Our career development path is actually how we decide whom to sell our time to, at what price, and how. When you are in the first phase of earning money, simply selling time. What you need to do is improve your professional capabilities and service quality to increase your negotiating power per unit of time. Simultaneously, explore ways to sell your time multiple times. Therefore, in this phase, I do not recommend selling more time for extra income, because this method is just selling time cheaply without bringing real developmental value. When I was a student, I did part-time jobs, handing out flyers, sales, etc. These jobs were simple, easy to do, and could earn about $20 a day. But after a while, I realized that besides learning that earning money isn't easy, I didn't gain anything else. Therefore, at the stage where you can only sell more time to increase income, learn to delay gratification and invest time in activities that increase the value of your time, such as improving soft skills, reading books, learning specialized knowledge, and networking with talented people to have the opportunity to escape the vicious cycle. The precision of time, living with clear purpose. The time of successful people is often meticulously calculated down to the last detail. Someone once told a story that in 2002, when Bill Gates visited China, he attended a meeting at the Shangri-La Hotel in Beijing. Microsoft China staff measured every step from the elevator to the meeting room, calculating every second. They witnessed that each meeting room had important guests waiting to shake hands and take photos with Gates. Everything ran almost to the second, with no deviation. Why such precision? Because Bill Gates's time was calculated by the second. The basic unit of time that wealthy people manage is often a quarter hour, about 15 minutes. The more sensitive a person is to time, the greater their achievements. I once heard a joke that if Warren Buffett saw a $5 bill on the street, should he bend down to pick it up? The answer is no, because 1 second of his time is worth far more than that. At the Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting in 2010, Buffett famously said that Geico pays us $15 a second. The ticking of the clock suddenly sounded sweet. Why are so many people willing to pay a huge sum to have dinner with Buffett? Have you ever thought about what's truly expensive there? Is it the luxurious meal at the restaurant or the media attention? In reality, the valuable thing there is Buffett's time. Many successful people are incredibly meticulous and stingy in their use of time. These individuals know how to protect their time, and they detest time-wasting activities. Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, is no exception. To save time, he chooses to wear the same type of clothing every day. Zuckerberg once told the media, "I want my life to be as simple as possible. I don't want to waste time on unnecessary choices." The more successful people become, the more they value every minute, every second. The essence of calculating time by the quarter hour is to maximize time utilization efficiency. Therefore, what we need to do are two things. First, protect and preserve our time. And second, strive to maximize the efficiency of time utilization to unleash its greatest value. If something can be solved with money, don't waste time on it. Many people often use money as a criterion to decide whether to do something. For example, choose a high-paying job that requires overtime, or a lower-paying job with no overtime. Will you choose to cook yourself, which takes time but saves money? Or order fast food to save time but spend more money? Live far away with low rent or live closer with higher rent? How we evaluate a problem leads to different choices. If you consider money as the standard, you'll choose the first option. But if you consider time as the standard, you'll clearly choose the second option. The difference here is that those who choose the first option are using time to exchange for money, while those who choose the second option are using money to buy time. I rarely buy ingredients and cook myself. From washing dishes to cooking and washing up, it can take 2 to 3 hours, but eating only takes about 10 minutes. Therefore, for me, cooking is a very low efficiency task. In those 2 to 3 hours, I could do many other things, from reading books and writing to self-evaluation. But cooking takes up time that I could use to develop myself, so I prefer to order takeout. For just a few dollars, I can save at least 2 hours, which is very much worth it, isn't it? Of course, I don't encourage you to always eat out or use fast food, but cultivate a mindset of valuing time, and if necessary, use money to buy it. In this era, the best thing is that if you're willing to pay, there will always be someone ready to help you save time. For example, for housework, you can hire a cleaner to do it for you, giving you an extra 2 hours on the weekend to do higher value or higher income activities. Therefore, try to change your thinking from using money as the standard to using time as the standard. Consider how much time a task will take, and if you spent that time doing something else, would it yield a higher return? Even if a task doesn't generate much income per hour, could it bring greater potential returns in the future? In life, if something can be solved with money, try not to use time to solve it. If you value time, your time will become increasingly valuable. Conversely, if you undervalue time, your time will only become increasingly cheap. Lei Jun, the founder of Xiaomi, once told a story that when he was in college, his financial situation was quite tight, and he often wanted to drop out to earn money. But he thought that if he did that, he wouldn't be able to achieve a world-class academic level, so he patiently completed his studies. Around him, many people dropped out of school halfway to work, tempted by many immediate opportunities. Although those who dropped out also had stable jobs, Lei Jun believed that the limit to the amount of money they could earn in their lives would quickly plateau. He, on the other hand, by knowing how to refuse the quick conversion of time into money, achieved greater success and development. Time is sometimes like a buried treasure chest. If you hastily dig it up, you'll only find a few loose coins. But if you know how to cultivate it, waiting for the right moment, it will bring you immense value. This process reflects two different mindsets. One is fear of risk, and the other is knowing how to wait. These two mindsets determine one's strategy for profiting from time. Risk-averse people often choose to convert time into short-term money, such as earning temporary income. Those who know how to wait will continue to dedicate time to more important things. Even if they don't yield immediate profit, they can bring valuable rewards later. However, it's very difficult to achieve long-term goals using only short-term methods. Therefore, those who fear risk and are easily satisfied find it harder to persevere with distant goals. Time sinkholes, reclaiming your precious hours. Time sinkholes are things that constantly suck away your precious time. For example, you go to the supermarket intending to buy some fruit in 20 minutes. But once inside, you're attracted by all sorts of discounted products, newly released fried foods. Then you think, maybe I'll buy breakfast for tomorrow too. That's a form of time sinkhole. Another example, you just finished housework for an hour. You want to rest for a bit, so you open TikTok and scroll through some videos. You watch a newly released movie, find it engaging, then get drawn into a sales live stream. By the time you finish watching, it's 11 p.m. The result? You worked for 1 hour, but rested for 2. Social media time sinkholes are particularly common. One more example. In the morning, you just sit down at your desk, brew a cup of coffee, open your computer, and you're ready to start the workday. But you think, I should open Zalo to see if anyone messaged me. A friend just sent you an article. It's a review of the latest movie. After reading it, you see user comments at the bottom, so you start searching for information about the female lead. After that, you see spoilers from other users, and you keep getting drawn in. By the time you remember your work, it's already noon. Initially, you had a simple and specific goal, like going to the supermarket, checking TikTok, or finding information. But in the end, you wasted a large amount of time. Why? It turns out time sinkholes appear because your subconscious only likes to do simple things. Scrolling through friends' updates online is easier than writing a report, so your brain will lean towards these activities. In this process, time is wasted and efficiency decreases. Our time gets swept away because we abandon our proactive control over it. There's no superfluous moment in life. Every period of time has its own meaning. Proactive time differs from passive time in that we have expectations before doing something and aim to achieve those results. This is using time proactively. Conversely, passive time is when you are controlled by time and work unpredictably, and time sinkholes are a collection of passive time. So to deal with time sinkholes, we need to clearly understand our time. Keeping a time log is an effective way to see where time is being consumed and avoid falling into those sinkholes. Here's how to keep a time log. Every hour, record the tasks you plan to do in the next hour. After an hour, record the results achieved. Maintain this log throughout the entire day. The benefits of keeping a time log are helps you analyzes the investment and benefits gained from your time. To progress and work efficiently, you don't just need to work hard, you also need to see far ahead, recognize the flow of time, and record your time usage. This is a stepping stone to building an effective method for handling daily tasks. It will make your life more efficient and orderly. When your work is surrounded by trivial tasks, try applying 4 golden rules for work. Put all tasks into a work column, regardless of who assigned them or when. Discard unnecessary tasks and categorize tasks that need to be handled on a specific day or delegate them to others. Write tasks with specific dates on your calendar. Immediately delegate tasks that require others' work and set reminders. Do the most important tasks during your most effective work hours. Remaining tasks also need to be arranged logically. Time is a universal currency. Capability, achievements, and wealth can all be exchanged for time. But time is limited and can only be exchanged once. Once used, it cannot be regained. Therefore, everyone should carefully consider how to sell their most precious time. Time is your most valuable asset. Most people work very hard to achieve results, but only a few can advance quickly because they know how to distinguish between genuine busyness and fake busyness, and how to effectively achieve goals. What have you learned about managing your time today, and which principle will you apply first in your life? Share your plan in the comments below. After watching this video, I wish that you and I will become masters of our time. From today, follow Ancient Wisdom Unlocked. I will help you discover more secrets about mastering life and achieving true prosperity.